All right, pre-show shenanigans. This is a very special episode. We do them once a year, but because it's a special episode, not much sports news to talk about in the episode, so we're flipping it on its head, doing a little bit in the pre-show.
It's more so like a year in review, sports
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
And it's sports centric.
Also, in honor, a lot of sports stuff did happen on the least sport day, in the U.S. I think that was Monday, correct?
Yeah, I would say by nature of the schedule of how the sports world works, yeah. But I would say a lot of NBA moves.
So
with
just
that being said, though, the worst NBA free.
Give me Woj back.
The biggest news, I believe, was Miles Turner signing to the Bucks.
Yeah, and then the NFL immediately took
and if we are on it, and by we I mean the name intern, if we're on it, a picture of me next to Miles Turner when I was a freshman in high school will be on the screen right now. If it's not, that's on the unnamed intern. Don't blame us. It's on him. But yeah, Miles Turner to go from taking a picture with me.
That's not you. You having interactions
2016,
with athletes is usually not indicative of good things for the athlete's career.
Yeah, no, I can now confidently say that
there was also another athlete you sent us a picture
a nine-figure error.
You also sent us another picture of an athlete you met today in our group chat. And
their career kind of athlete.
Their career also
different type of athlete.
Then ended.
Yeah, but I would say, yeah, no. If I'm going to compare the two athletes that I had a chance to genuinely talk to for longer than 30 seconds. Miles Turner and Kayvon Thibodeau. I think I'd have to give that one to Miles Turner for getting a $100 million contract.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to give that one to him. But yeah, that's the biggest news. The other biggest news I saw, I need to make sure I have this right. So make sure I have this correct. Okay. Thank God. I thought this man signed a $100 million contract. Jakob Podol, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Could be Jacob Podol, but he's European, so we're going to say Jakob. Jakob Podol, I was under the impression, signed $100 million. He signed a 4-year, $78 million contract, and that dude Podol should have been known as the Podol NBA Award name game guy. That's what he should be known as, not as a guy who gets $80 million to be the Toronto Raptors center. Yeah, the game is gone in the NBA. The big problem in that league, ironically, is that every owner does spend the salary cap. But we're not here to talk.
No, but
that was the sports news.
I mean, no, you missed a decent amount. Just generally, just going to quickly, I'll go through it real quick here. DeAndre Ayton signed with the LA Lakers. We have Miles Turner going to the Bucks. Darren Waller then immediately unretires, gets traded to Miami. We then have Dame getting waived. We have Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith getting sent to Azkaban in Pittsburgh. And then we have Shai getting $240 million. So
Adam Silver, this is a message to you. You should have done that Luka trade yesterday. That would have been a lot better for the NBA. But, it's tough to ever try to match the 2019 NBA free agency when first Chris Broussard, the funniest tweet of all time, Chris Broussard tweets out, breaking news. I don't know why this is breaking news. Breaking news, Kawhi Leonard wants to sign with the Lakers. That was the breaking news. That quite literally broke the internet. Because I believe when that news dropped, Anthony Davis already got traded. So that was already old news. But then Kawhi drops, I want to go to the Lakers. Just by saying that, then the Clippers, with nobody knowing, trade 11 firsts and Shai Gilgeous for Paul George and then sign Kawhi Leonard. And then I believe Kevin Durant also signs to the Brooklyn Nets 2 days after that.
Did he sign? I think he got traded.
I don't think that occurred. Kevin Durant trade. Now it's going to immediately pop up the Rockets or the trade to the Suns.
I just say
trade
Nets from Warriors to Nets.
Warriors to Nets. Was this a trade?
Sign and trade.
Okay.
So
yeah,
close.
Doesn't really count. But they got D back for that kind of. But yeah, no, not really. But it's tough to ever beat that where you have like every superstar changing teams. We'll never. We're never gonna get a 2019 offseason ever again. But yes, pretty slow news cycle, I guess.
I don't know if I'd say that it was slow. Like within about 3 hours, we did get a substantial amount of news
about any of that shit. That
you know what? I have something that you do care about, something that you will care about. Grant, guess how much the average NFL Waterboy makes a year?
Now, this is a damn good question.
I have the answer.
Okay. Question. Is it specific? Does every team have a specific water boy, or can that job be assigned to somebody on the med staff who work?
Usually, I'm assuming they are part of the med staff.
Okay, but this isn't a specific. Your
like
job is to mix up the Gatorade powder.
I'm assuming they do. I'm assuming they do have people that is kind of like
that. Is
I'm not entirely sure, but let's assume that you're taking what I did for Tulane and just moving it to the NFL level.
Okay, so my scale's gonna be off. I'm going to say it's.
I have a per game basis and a over total basis.
I don't. Okay, last question. What is an example of a non-water boy job responsibility that this person would be doing that is not related to being a water boy? Like, what are they doing Monday through Saturday?
Probably helping PT staff and like prepping field work.
But you have to be med trained.
But the stat that I have, the stat I have is specific to per game, not total. Okay. It's just per game.
All right. Per game, 17 NFL games. We're not including playoffs. You do that for the love of your team. I'm going to say they receive 5,000 a game.
Grant, they make 5,000 per game, $60,000 a season for to be an NFL water.
Okay, well the math ain't mathing right there.
Well, so it says over, but I'm guessing it's just like a not like.
5.
I know. I think it just depends. Like it's not like a specific one.
If it was college,
they just said over 60,000. So I think that it's just like an averaged amount. It's not like 5,000 for every single person.
Yeah. Based off that, they just did 60,000 divided by 12. I'm pretty sure.
That's what it would have to be.
Just do it by every month on a per game. You do that 60 divided by 17. I'm not doing it right now. But that seems like pretty good. Help me out here. But the average part-time NFL ref makes like 150 grand just from.
Mm-hmm.
Who is more benefit? I want to shout out our water boys. I do, but we saw what the Oklahoma City Thunder did. I mean, a referee can lead to great results. Shout out Tim Donnie. Shout out Tim Donnie. Shout out some of the legends that came before us. Shout out Jim Joyce. Old MLB.
Shout out that guy on that was the ref for that Celtics game that was also a Celtics fan. Whatever your name was, that guy.
Of course, the enforcer. We have legends.
The extender.
The extender. Legends before us. We gotta give credit where credit is due. And then of course, the one and only Angel Hernandez. I think I'm proudly going to be for my kids. Very first Halloween, I will proudly be Angel Hernandez every single year. I know like 3 parents at this party will get it, like 3 other dads. That's it. I know. But for those 3, boy, are they going to have a great 10 seconds of laughing every single time. Just a solid 10-second chuckle. Think how long.
Are you going to have the blind glasses too? Okay, I just
walking stick.
Yeah, just to make sure.
That's kind of, you can't really do Angel Hernandez without having your walking stick. And preferably a service dog with you. I don't know how you're going to get that, but find your own methods. But I think that's going to wrap the pre-show. I'd also say this with NCAA football coming out in like 9 days. I'm now officially back into college football mode. I may or may not listen to different college football fight songs. I may or may not be doing that. May or may not be listening to random fight songs. But without further ado, it is time for the best recurring series episode we have all year. But here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. It is episode 321, and it is the 2025 Waterboy Podcast official award show, the Waterboy Awards. This is the most effort ever, and I will ever put outside of the podcast into one episode of the podcast without question.
Into specifically an episode,
one
because
specific
episode win lists do take a lot of time.
Yeah,
that's probably the most effort we put into anything.
But this is the most we will ever prep for an individual show the entire year. So we hope you all enjoy.
I think it's also been established, like, you do like legitimate prep. For me, my prep for episodes is looking through Twitter. And then I'll send stuff to myself, but I don't like sit down and write stuff out. This is fully writing stuff out. So it's a big leap for me. This is the most for me on paper.
Yeah, but we got, let me just have this right. Yeah, essentially 3 pages of awards for you all. Got a lot of awards. I think we got 14 or 15 this year, but
no, we got it. Hey,
we're going to have to
in years past, there are some new awards, and there's some fan favorite awards that are departing this year.
Yeah, hey, a couple.
You know how they do like
in
memorial ceremony, like parts of like the Oscars and stuff.
Yeah,
we might need to have that for
the arms of an angel.
That awards lost this season.
But without further ado, here are the 2025 Waterboy Awards. Starting off strong, fan favorite.
Hold on, let me ask a question before you get in there. Are we going to just say all the names of the awards and go down the whole list and then go back through the award and the nominees?
No.
We're just going one by one.
No. We're going one by one. You get the award. You get the nominees. You don't hear what the award is called until it pops up. You know,
we're keeping you on your toes.
But starting off strong with the Lefty Dick Strong Quarterback Award, fan favorite for the quarterback that displayed the most heart this season. Want to specify college football quarterback. It is the college football quarterback that displayed the most heart this season.
The last winner, Michael Pratt,
yes.
reigning champion.
Yeah, but you can look it up right now. In the 1932 college football season, the Tulane Green Wave took on the USC Trojans in the Rose Bowl. Lefty Dick Strong put up one of the greatest performances in the history.
Will never be touched.
No, quite literally
never cannot be
touched. One of the greatest performances ever. But the nominees are Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel, Quinn Ewers, and Riley Leonard. And the winner is... I forgot we tried to do this drum roll thing. That might be cut out this year. The winner is Riley Leonard for his opening touchdown drive in the national championship game against Ohio State.
Finger snaps?
Yes, straight out of a movie. Quite literally.
Rudy.
It was Rudy 2. Not the opening scene for Rudy 2. You're like 3/4 of the way into the movie. That's the start of the game playing, end of movie type, climax event. Starts off with that 7.5.
It's like, and then it cuts right there, and it goes, the old sports movies where it like freeze frame is on the person. It says like Riley Leonard went on to become.
Oh,
that's exactly one of those right there. Stops right there. Nothing else.
So that is I was also thinking like in this fairy tale land, Notre Dame, of course, they go on to win this national championship game, beating Ohio State, heroic fashion walk-off play. But that definitely was straight out of a movie, because that's like the only way Notre Dame could win a national championship anytime soon, as if it was in a movie. Next time Notre Dame wins a national championship, turn off the PS5, kids. Time to go to sleep. But next,
you said it, not me.
I proudly Notre Dame. You guys know who you are. Come on. Leave the good stuff to the real teams. But all right, moving on. We got the Guantanamo Bay Coaching Award for the football coach, pro or college, that deserves worse than prison, formerly known as the Alex Grinch Guantanamo Bay.
Ed Donatel also.
Former winner as well. I'm not sure if
he might have been the inaugural winner of.
I'm not sure if he was ever winner.
He might have been
Donatel.
He was almost
Guantanamo Bay coaching.
I think he might have been the name, and then Alex Grinch might have won it. It was one way or the other. The inaugural year.
I mean, Alex Grinch. He has kind of solidified this award, and he certainly gives the most prestige to this award when it's all said and done. The things Alex Grinch has done in his football coaching career. But the nominees are Doug Peterson, Matt Eberflus, Dennis Allen, Lincoln Riley, and Thomas Brown. And the winner is Matt Eberflus. Oh my, how he lasted 3 years. 3 years, I believe he lasted there. As a guy listening to Pardon My Take, I thought like after a month.
Specifically that last play where they were going down to like win the game or tie the game or whatever, and they just decided not to call timeouts.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a whole nother thing. But just Matt Eberflus, I think the main reason he wins this is the look on his face when the camera guy pans to him right after an atrocious thing happens.
I mean, he's also
like, did I cause that?
I believe,
or was that just was that someone else? Because
I'm just thinking of past winners, and I feel like Matt Eberflus fits right in with Brendan Staley.
Oh yeah, I mean we got some all-time
Ed Donatel. Brandon Staley almost could have been a nominee for this award as well.
Like should have been a nominee. We may need to mark that down next season.
There might be an asterisk.
Yeah, no, Matt Eberflus. I don't know how you lasted that long. I really don't know. Moving on. Next up, another fan favorite. We have the SMU Death Penalty NIL Cheating Award. The nominees for this award are Michigan, Miami, Oregon, Texas Tech. Don't act like I'm not seeing what you're doing with that oil money down Texas Tech. I'm watching. And LSU. And the winner is the University of Michigan. Oh my God. Don't get snaps from me on that one. Oh my God. The things that they have pulled off recently.
This is also like a double.
Larry Ellison and his wife.
Yeah, this is also a little bit of a double award here for NIL plus actual cheating. Like it's a double fact. Yeah, they got combined.
The criteria has definitely been extended.
I will say though, there's been a consistent school or team on this list that surprisingly didn't make the award cut this year in Texas A&M.
We had some moving parts around A&M. They did not make this cut, and that's because, dude, I'm telling you right now, culprit number one of you are only getting these players because you are paying them.
Also, I will say Duke might have deserved a nomination for spending and poaching Darian Mensah from Tulane, just shelling out $7 million for him.
Okay, that's
also contacting him very early.
That's one to keep our eye on. Those five teams I just mentioned, you're all dirty.
Who's suing somebody right now for trying to poach a player? So there's schools currently suing somebody. I think it's suing Miami. I think they're suing Miami.
I mean, we already know what goes down in Miami. That crystal ball op over there. But no, Michigan's winning this one. Hey, take advantage of the Wild West while you can, boys. Am I right? But moving on. Another the Michigan Award. The Connor Stalions Grit and Determination Award for the man/woman/team who displayed the most passionate will to win no matter what. Keywords, no matter what. And the nominees are Sophie Cunningham, Ohio State's belt to ass tour, Frankie Louvu for jumping over the Eagles' offensive line 7 consecutive times trying to stop the tush push, and Cam Scadden. And the winner is, and this is a close one.
This is a very close
one. But the winner is Sophie Cunningham. I never thought I'd see the day in a sport other than hockey or NASCAR. I was recently made aware you're allowed to fight in NASCAR. Did not know that.
What? Hold on. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh. In NASCAR, if somebody nudges you a bit and like
you just hop out the car and beat them.
I'm wailing on your ass if you fucking crash.
Wait. So if you guys crash together, you can get out of there and beat each other.
Yes. No punishment.
Could you finish the whole race and then get out after you finish and then also beat each other? Or is it only during the race?
Certainly you can. But I did not think I'd ever see it in another sport. But Sophie Cunningham whipped out her black belt, I believe I have this correct, black belt judo skills. She earned a black belt when she was 8 years old.
Yeah, no.
There are UFC fighters who don't have a black belt yet.
Also,
is she throwing Muay Thai head kicks and knocking adults out when she was 7? Like, what?
I feel like Joey Jaws Chestnut also potential award.
Well, if he was really that determined, he wouldn't have signed with a plant-based eating competition to get himself removed from the games in the first place.
I mean, I don't know if he objectively decided to get himself removed.
Was it up to Joe? Hey,
I mean, I would.
Did he have to sign that final dotted line or not?
I would just like to remind you of this quote that you sent me.
Yeah, no. Hey, this is gonna be great. I will say though, I will never condone Joey Chestnut signing with the plant-based meat company. I will never condone that.
Joey Jaws Chestnut did say also Kirk Cousins. If this was 2021, Kirk Cousins on this list for saying, if COVID kills me, it kills me.
Oh shit, that is true. He did say that. That was baller.
Yeah,
that was baller when he said that.
But Joey Jaws said retire.
People forget. That's an all-timer. Like, obviously, you like that's his number one quote. That's firm too. All right, yeah. That's a firm too. But all right.
Joey Jaws said retirement would be death. I'm doing this thing until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I mean. Wait, we're talking goats at their crafts. Joey Jaws Chestnut, secretary. Caitlin Clark, and Tiger Woods, and Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Am I missing a bad one? Am I missing
Tom Cruise in movies?
Ooh, come on. We got
Christopher Nolan.
I don't know, just because if you just Google Kubrick or Spielberg, it's just oh shit, they've made every movie we've ever seen. So yeah, I mean
George Lucas.
But hey, this is even better for the point. The fact that we're having the mirror now just confirms how much of a goat Jaws is. But yeah, that was the Connor Stallion's Grit and Determination Award. Moving on, a brand new award. This is the inaugural awarding ceremony for this award, but it is the inaugural Ipe Mizuhara Gambling Addiction Award. Disclaimer: if you or a loved one it's the first time I've ever done this, so
yeah, no
bear with me. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER, the hotline number below. But the nominees for the Ipe Mizuhara Gambling Addiction Award are Malik Beasley,
very recent development,
Jameson Williams, Keishon Butte, and Jonte Porter. And the winner is, this one gets a drum roll, Keishon Butte. The fact that you signed up for your FanDuel account
with your own name,
Keishon Butte7@gmail.com. And I believe, no, they didn't expose his past.
His username was also, he used that, but his username was literally his name.
No.
And then on top of that, gambling, I'm pretty sure, at the team facility is already a no-go. Look at what Jameson Williams...
at the team facility, I just need to make sure I have this correct. Keishon Butte, number of bets placed. I know we hit 4 digits. He placed 8,900 bets, guys. At least 17 bets on NCAA football games.
Should have been a...
Well,
just a legacy award.
Should arguably be named after him. But I didn't even... It is confirmed 6 LSU football games that he was involved with in one way or another he bet on. I feel like that should be a big deal that it is. No?
No, it definitely. I mean,
that's really bad.
There was also another player that I know it says bet on himself. There was another player that bet on themselves and they got suspended for it.
There was a soccer player recently.
No, this is like an NFL player.
Okay, I'm not familiar. Now, this is one thing. Here, it's a different sport. It's across the pond, so we don't really care. But just you tell me what you think of this. There was a striker for the Brentford Bees. His name was Ivan Toney. Great player. Loved him in fantasy. Excellent striker. Scored so many goals. He was confirmed that he would bet in games involving himself. But he would only bet on him to score a goal or his team to win a game. He never bet against himself. He actually bet himself to score a goal every single game he played. That's one concern I have. I know you're betting on yourself, but if the games that you don't bet on yourself, you're clearly incentivized to not try. But it was confirmed. He bet every single game. So that's not. And so that one I feel slightly different about, because if anything, he was giving himself more incentive to try hard. Keishon Butte, however, 8,900 bets. You know how much you have to love gambling to place that many bets? You don't just place that many bets if you're a casual. No, you have to really be into shit to place that many bets.
Yeah, that NIL money is going somewhere very productive, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. Hey,
I would just like my late addition to the nominee list.
Yeah, and a last minute nominee, Shohei Ohtani himself. We can neither confirm nor deny the existence of Shohei Ohtani placing bets. We can confirm that bets have been placed under his name. We cannot confirm that it was Shohei Ohtani himself who placed those bets under his own name. Fact or fiction?
Is it under his own name?
Well, Ippei used it under his.
I thought it was just Ippei's
name. He has to get the money.
Yeah, I thought that he was placing bets under his name or something. I don't know how it's working. But either way,
identity fraud was used, and according to California state taxes, money taken from Shohei Ohtani's bank account was spent on gambling.
Fact or fiction?
Fact. That is fact. Cannot confirm Shohei's presence in these allegations. Ippei may or may not be serving a prison sentence, but allegations. He may or may not be currently in prison. Allegations, guys. Nothing confirmed. But moving another reoccurring award. The Ryan Day Lou Holtz Emotional Freakout Award for the coach, player, or fan base who had the most memorable freak out on or off the field. The nominees are Jack Sawyer freaking out over Michigan planting the flag on the O after the game, Sophie Cunningham for whipping out her black belt judo history and putting that girl in a chokehold who assaulted Caitlin Clark, the other players who assaulted Caitlin Clark to begin that whole fiasco to begin with, the Dallas Mad fans towards Nico Harrison after Luka, and FSU Null for deactivating his social media account after promising to eat the dog shit if they lost their home opener in Ireland, which they did. And the winner is FSU Null. You will eat the dog shit. You will not run away from this. You made a promise, and until you live up to that promise, Florida State football will never be relevant.
You single-handedly killed Mike Norvell's career. I hope you're happy.
No, yeah, FSU Null. This is quite literally on you. If there's any, when people say, fans, you don't have an impact on the outcome of the game, ask FSU. Ask FSU Null about a fan's role.
They even, hey, you know what? I would just ask him. Hey, salute to service for that one dude who tried to make it up to the FSU fan base and eat the shit for FSU Null. Salute to you, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how curses work.
Yeah, no, that
the curse can only be uncursed if
lifted. It would be the term.
Thank you. The curse can only be lifted if the initial committer of the crime repays for his sins. Until that occurs, the curse can never be lifted.
You can't do the time, don't do the crime. Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, and I'm even trying to now extend that into like the most common sports curse. I mean,
the Madden curse.
Well, that too. But I mean, the Boston Red Sox curse of the Bambino. That doesn't get broken until they trade for. They had to acquire these players through trade. If they sign them, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But they trade for David Ortiz from the Twins and Pedro Martinez from the Dodgers. That's how you break the curse. You got to get 2 Hall of Famers in trades and destroy them, fleece them in trades. That's how they reverse the curse. That's how you overcome trading Babe Ruth away to your mortal enemy rival. Okay, the only way you do that is trading for 2 Hall of Famers. So FSU Null, you have to eat the dog shit. Wow.
What? Yeah, no, I also think FSU got like double curse last year. They had that, and then they also had DJU coming into town and just bringing all of his curse.
A whole separate curse. Yeah, and I don't know how to break that.
Double. One. Yeah, no, that's in. You ever see the video?
That's a lasting legacy.
You ever see the video of Peyton Manning? There was like the bathtub, and they were bringing sage around and like trying to uncurse. It might have been.
I don't think I'm familiar. I feel like
I think it was MetLife Stadium. We're gonna have to look this up.
Not
I think it might have been Peyton. It was on like Peyton's.
Because it wouldn't make sense if it was Eli.
Yeah.
One is
but no, you need to sage that whole thing. You need to perform an exorcist on the facilities. Like, there's a lot of things you got to do.
A full community-wide exorcism to get rid of that curse. It's got to be community-wide.
But we're talking, it's going to be out of The Conjuring.
Worse. You're making The Conjuring a live action film. That's how.
Hey, it's based on the true story.
Yeah, I mean, we're saving that for later.
That's a future episode.
We got a big time non-sports episode coming up soon with space. A lot has happened in the past 2 years. This is a space episode. It's been 2 years.
Had one last year.
No, I looked it up.
It's been 2 years,
dude. Last year
we were cooking.
Last year we were rolling. But moving on, next award. We're only on page 1. We gotta get going. Okay, the Craig Kimbrell Disappointment Award for the most underachieving man, team, anything in college football. The nominees are Tanner Scott, Florida State, the Yankees in the World Series, and NBA Achilles injuries in general. The winner is the New York Yankees in the World Series. For a fan base, okay. I think it's safe to say it's either them or Celtics fans. The most arrogant fan base in sports.
Philadelphia.
More so asshole annoying.
But they are very, very arrogant.
Yes, but Yankees fans, the 27 rings, like, you weren't alive. Like, you get what I'm saying? I
feel like there's also probably some soccer fans that are like,
we're talking real sports.
But I honestly, I think it would be between the Celtics, Eagles, and
okay, yeah, Eagles count because recently they've been winning.
Patriot fans are somehow humble enough just because I think they're just so bad right now.
They're in hiding.
Yeah, they will come back out. Also, just want to say the correction. You said in college football, and this year we did.
Oh yeah, we didn't put it
not in college football. The
modification
was opened up this year.
Modification
because there's only one college football related thing.
Yeah, it was just like Florida State, and I want to put Michigan in there, but they beat us, so you can't really put them in there for 7-5. Like I guess like USC kind of, but I mean
they're always
like exactly. So it's like, yeah, like it was kind of just Florida State. You could say Alabama for losing to Vandy.
Should we sub
Alabama for losing to Vandy? That's pretty bad. Yeah. That's pretty bad. I think Tanner Scott's worse because at least Blake Snell would be like, he's injured. Tanner Scott's like, you're healthy, you're available, you suck. That was a mistake. Like, yeah, there is no excuse for that one. Like, oh boy, that was a mistake. Like at least Blake Snell, you could somewhat go to sleep at night being like, hey, if healthy, he still could be nice. But
Mookie Betts this year.
Okay. Potential, how much of a pass does he get for the whole stomach bug, losing 30 pounds in Japan?
But he's been up to weight now, isn't he? He's back.
I know, but also...
Well, that's my point. I'm saying, like, it's been enough time where...
I know. But also, historically, Mookie May is his month. The first month, that first really, like, not April, but May, that is his month where he goes ape shit. He was going through his stomach bug thing. He didn't have a Mookie May. He didn't have one. He was recovering. But what he's doing right now, being dog shit in the dog days of summer, that's nothing new. That's Mookie. He's always shit right now. That's just who he is. But we're going to have to revisit this. But I think Mookie does heat up after he does. September, he starts going back to Mook. And we'll revisit with me then. But I do think it's pretty safe to say this is going to be Mookie's lowest season-long OPS or hitting stats of his career. This is going to be his worst season ever in his MLB career.
Yeah.
But yeah, Achilles injuries might have had it for a second there. We couldn't care less about the NBA playoffs at all. But yeah, moving on. Another brand new award. This one's going to be staying along forever. Also,
my brainchild.
Maybe a little interactive. If you guys want to give an official player team to sponsor this award, we'll take suggestions in the comments right now.
I think there's also a candy brand that I'm thinking of very specifically.
Lifesavers. Yeah. The Life Preserver Award for the athlete that finally got a supporting cast around that. The nominees are Harry McLaurin, Saquon Barkley, Dylan Gabriel, and Will Howard. And the winner is my sweet prince, Terry McLaurin. It's about time he got a wide receiver, a quarterback.
Well, he also did get a wide receiver for this next year.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that is true. Debo.
Well, I don't know how much we qualify him as wide receiver, but
yeah, he isn't an H-back, but I'm gonna list him as that because you can't count him as a wide receiver. You can't
like a gadget player.
Yeah, but my one thing, okay, shit, we may have to just qualify him as Taysom Hill. That's Debo's position.
Cordero Patterson.
Cordell Patterson though can house a kick and outrun guys. Debo and Taysom.
Well, yeah.
Cordell Patterson.
Debo looks like he's got his feet in mud when he's running a route.
His feet are in when he runs.
Correction.
Also, that muffin top dog, Debo. What the hell, dude? Come on.
Yeah, when that year he was like, I don't want to go out of the backfield anymore. He just mailed it in.
I'm just saying, as a former O lineman, when Debo would run inside zone, I mean, I don't think I've been that hyped watching the NFL in a very long time. Being like, we got a wide receiver running inside zone, and guess what? Shit, line it back up, run it again. I've just never seen a wide receiver do that. You just don't see that. The next closest thing in terms of a generational athlete doing shit I've never seen out of their position was Kirby Smart having Brock Bowers run the jet sweeps over Lad McConkey. Oh, well, okay. It is Shohei. But we're saving that for later. Shout out Terry McLaurin. You deserve it, babe. We love you over here at the Waterboy Pod. Moving on. This is also a long time stayer. This could be your forever. The Mike Vrabel Award for the most intimidating man/organization in football. The nominees are Jeremiah Smith, Dylan Stewart, Mike Vrabel, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, specifically Mike Myers' stance. I know that's dead now. Chip, why do you have to get rid of that? Why did Chip? Let's have some fun, Chip. Let's have some fun. And Jared Verse. The winner is Dylan Stewart for sacking. I forget exactly who he sacked, but after sacking a quarterback, he decided, that John Morant grenade. Let me get that.
That should have been an award as best.
That's bad. That's
really bad. No,
really bad.
Oh, well, either way, John Morant is winning that award.
Dude, that is a top 3 most memorable. When we look back at that meme, that's going to be a top 3 memory of this 2024-2025.
If we were good enough editing, if I just went like this, explosion right there.
Oh, damn it. Yes, that was so good. That was all right.
But John Morant would win that award. So
yeah, but Dylan Stewart, you win that. Dylan Stewart, you win that for quite
just
literally
the John Morant Grenade Selly Award.
I'm sorry for going nonverbal. I had to write that down, make sure I have it down. But wow, I can't even.
You guys are seeing the magic
into the rest of this episode.
Yeah, no, now we just did a disservice.
I mean,
to the Waterboy community.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
do we need to pause?
This whole
just
thing,
come up with the list real quick and then go back.
At this point, this struggle,
we honestly
create the feeling we have right now.
We're gonna end the episode doing it on the spot.
No, I mean,
we're gonna come with the nominee.
This is the disappointment of the year. What I just said.
Is that us? Do we get the disappointment?
Yeah. Well, the Craig Kimball, that goes to us for not.
Yeah.
I mean, not what the hell?
Yeah.
How? The first thing we think of when we make this is pop culture meme moments. We're not even thinking about sports highlight. Whatever. Okay. All right. Moving on. The unnecessary ref meat glazing award for the team or individual that benefited the most from the refs this season, and the nominees are the Philadelphia Eagles, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Patrick Mahomes, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and Steve Kerr. And the winner is, or are, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, the whole Shea foul thing, I think that's the one thing.
He's his own nomination.
He has his own nomination. My bigger problem is the Oklahoma City Thunder on defense. They're allowed to hand check.
Yeah, no, I could just.
They're allowed to hand check.
I could just shove the absolute crap out of you.
I did not know that was allowed in the NBA. If your wing players are literally, this is why they're allowed to get away with it. Their wing players aren't actually that good. Caruso, Dort, Casey Wallace, they're all not that good, but they're on a team that's really good winning. So like if they make a dirty play, loose ball and get it, that's just heart and hustle. I mean, they're the number one seed. I mean, it makes sense. No, they're fouling every single play. Every single play.
I believe that it was a Lou Dort, maybe, I don't know,
probably
just legitimately grabbing the wrist of
Dort. It was Dort. Hey, I love Dort. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA, specifically for that team where it was him, CP3, Schroeder, and a young Shea in OKC beating the Rockets round one in the bubble, I want to say. But yeah, no, I'll be a Lou Dort guy for the rest of my life. But we got to go quickly here, wrapping up. The Charmin Ultra Soft Award for the softest athlete / team. The nominees are LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Shedeur Sanders, Angel Reese, and the San Diego Padres after getting bounced by the Dodgers and complaining about it for 8 months
also
on social media.
Fighting this past series as well.
Oh,
with the Manny Machado.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
If the X-ray doesn't come back negative,
Yeah. But the winner is the San Diego Padres. I mean,
very hotly contested award.
Yeah. Highly debated. We had to recount twice actually on this one, a little bit of a Al Gore Bush hanging Chad situation, if you know what I mean. But not the greatest thing. But moving on. The
new award,
a long-standing award.
Just real quick, context-wise, you will understand if you watch the episodes.
Yeah. Hey, go back.
Sense.
You bet. I mean, you could just look through the titles, have a good idea of what episode this is referencing. But the Fire Station Not a Fraud Alert Award for the player / team who stepped up when it mattered most. The nominees are Carlos Alcaraz's comeback against Sinner a couple of weeks ago. Rory McIlroy for winning the Masters after missing that 8-foot gimme putt on 18 to win it.
Just winning the Masters off a hit, legitimately because of his
him winning
the Masters. Period.
But also, it was set up for another Rory Masters choke, and he did. So, gotta include that little detail too. Jack Sawyer's strip sack on Quinn Ewers, and Freddie Freeman for hitting the most iconic home run in MLB history. And the winner is Freddie Freeman for that grand slam.
Now, I would like to say, I think as elite as that is, this it could have been between him or Rory. Like it legitimately, arguably Rory has the greatest claim to the award. The voters just didn't swing that way.
Yeah. Also, Rory, he has entered rare territory as one of 7 golfers to win all 4 majors. I think there's 6 or 7 golfers who have won Masters, US Open, British Open, and PGA Open. I think there's only 7 guys, and they're all GOATs. It's Tiger, Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and now all I don't even think Phil is in that. I don't think Mick has, but iconic legendary moments. Moving on, another new award. This is going to be here for a while. The LeBron James J.R. Smith Freakout Award for the biggest what the hell moment of the year, specifically on court moment. The nominees are that Bears cornerback on the Hail Mary celebrating before and then letting the Commanders walk it off with the Hail Mary. I forget who.
Might have been Tyreek Stevenson.
Tyreek Stevenson. Aaron Judge dropping the fly ball to center field. And also, last second edition, Garrett Cole not covering first. Both of that, together. You can pick which one you want to weigh over the other. Nico, I am going to leave your program's entire Tennessee transfer portal situation, and Nico Harrison trading Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. And the winner is Nico Harrison for trading Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. I know that's not an on-court moment, but that move was the most shocking
on-court for GM's
decision.
It is on-court technically for the GM. It's similar.
Yeah. So that.
Talking to one team.
A Shams bomb.
Yeah, no, Woj needed to be there for that.
Yeah, I saw a meme recently. It's the Vince McMahon cry. It's Dad, what were Woj bombs like? It's just, I don't even know how to explain that to future kids.
You got to show them the timeline.
You show them
NBA 2019.
You had to be there. I feel like that's the only way you could explain it.
You need to experience a Woj bomb to truly understand.
Nobody knows what it's like when it is 12:45 p.m. on a Wednesday in the middle of June and breaking. James Harden has been traded to the Brooklyn. What? You had to be there. You just had to be there. Moving on. The How Are You Still Employed Cliff Kingsbury Indefinite Thailand Trip Award. The nominees are Tua Tagovailoa, Joe Ingles, Larry Johnson, Quentin Johnston, Emmanuel Acho, and Kendrick Perkins. And the winner is Emmanuel Acho. Once again, another year, another 365 days around the sun where not one intelligent thing was said out of his mouth. It boggles my mind. It makes me think. I wanted to say he's purposely rage baiting like Danny Kanell. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's purposely rage baiting anymore. There's no way he can be typing all that stuff out, knowing in the back of my, I don't believe a word of this. There's no way he does.
That's just also
Danny Kanell. He is. If you read Danny Kanell's tweets and you're
mad,
you're bad.
The most elite ball knowledge award, Timothy Chalamet.
Oh yeah, no, I mean also another potential award, but I wanted to keep it relatively sports. I was going to do a him award for him of the year.
It's still Timothy Chalamet.
It's going to be a while since Timmy loses the him.
The Himmy Chalamet.
But maybe that could, that'll be next episode, space episode. I'll have an updated him rankings for everyone.
We haven't had that in a full year.
I haven't done an updated him rankings. It's been a really long time.
A really long time.
So
I want to write that one
down. Yeah. We'll have an updated him official.
We might we have to go back and see if you have your list.
And I'll be honest, I want to do this live. I want to show you guys the thought process behind this, but this is a ranking that takes multiple weeks.
Yeah. So Grant goes into like hibernation mode. Like he's sequestered like Aaron Rodgers. You can't find him.
Yeah,
he's in a dark room for 2 weeks, sitting there just thinking.
I'm like a little chipmunk going into hibernation. I'm stuffing 50 acorns in my cheeks, and I'm getting to work. All right. I'm putting my head down. I'm shutting up, and I'm dribbling. Okay. That's what I'm doing. All right. That's what I'm doing.
You got milk.
But Emmanuel Acho. Oh my goodness. Last two awards. These are our biggest ones. The largest Waterboy Awards that we give out, the most prestigious, honorable. These awards, the winners of these awards, they quite literally will be in the history books forever. They're actually like the first, like when you look up world history book, when that gets released eventually, the number first chapter in that book is Waterboy.
No, like when you just look up most prestigious awards, it's not Nobel Peace Prize.
I think we need to extend that past just most prestigious things a being can accomplish on planet Earth. It's awards number.
Then it's Lefty Dick Strong. Then it's it's Waterboy.
Well, I just Waterboy Awards in general, all 15.
Just all 15.
That's number one. There are sub rankings in between those, and they are most likely determined backwards order of when you heard this. Lefty Dick Strong, firm number 3 most prestigious award we give out though. That's the first one we do though.
Lefty Dick Strong doesn't joke around.
You think Lefty Dick Strong told jokes, kids? Oh boy, learn your history. Learn your history. No, he did not. All seriousness, no games, no play.
Guy like Lefty Dick
all
Strong.
Business.
Yeah. All
Lefty Dick Strong, messer. With a name like Lefty Dick Strong, you think he didn't take everything he did seriously?
I did hear he throws a lot to the right though.
Oh yeah, it's a little
ironic,
unconventional.
Yeah.
But he writes his own wrongs.
Quite literally writes his own wrongs.
He does what he does best. But this is the Waterboy of the Year award for Ever and the unnamed intern. He did have a vote in this, although Ever and I, we both get 2 votes. He just gets 1. So, we
give him 1 or sometimes.
Not for this one.
Sometimes he gets 1.
For other awards, sure. Hey, a couple of the other ones, we let him pick because, Ever and I are just not quite in touch. But Waterboy of the Year award for our personal favorite player of the year, regardless of playing ability. That's not what this is about.
This is more of an inspirational award.
Rudy. The nominees are Jack Sawyer, Captain Jack, Walker Buehler, Ryan Wright, Sincere Hainsworth, Tajay Spears, and Dorian Williams. And the winner is Walker Buehler. when I look back at memories from this past sports season, and this was the best sports year I'll have in a really long time. Dodgers and Ohio State winning. It's gonna be tough to ever top a year like this as a sports fan, and the Luka Doncic trade. It's gonna be hard to ever top this. But when I look back on this year, is all my favorite moments. Of course, Freddie Freeman's grand slam, Jeremiah Smith's multiple different touchdowns, but of all of them, the one that hits me here the most
In the O.
it's Walker Bueller getting the last out, hands out. Everybody is mobbing him, and for that one game, Walker Bueller was back to being the god of LA. It's been a while since he's been, but for that one day, it made me feel like I was back in high school in 2017.
Yeah, he deserves half of Max Scherzer's career earnings for what Scherzer did to him.
Certainly. At least 51%, at least over
Majority.
at least, yeah, he deserves majority ownership of his career earnings. But last but not least, the most prestigious thing anything could
A
have
human could get.
all beings. Secretariat could potentially.
Secretariat, I think, has been a nominee on this list, the inaugural list.
It may have won it back before. We'll have to check the history books. But the Waterboy Player of the Year nominees are Justin Jefferson, Jeremiah Smith, Shohei Ohtani, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, and Jamar Chase. And the winner is Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. Last season, he did so many things, winning a World Series, first year as a Dodger, MVP, DH, all these things that I literally forgot that he put up a 50-50 home run. I forgot that happened. I didn't even was thinking 50-50. I was thinking, the one game where he went 4 for 4, 2 grand slams, a triple, just the craziest individual performance ever. I literally forgot about the 50-50 record that will never be sniffed ever again in MLB history. If we're talking unbreakable records, number one is Cy Young's wins. He has 600 career wins because he'd have 70 starts a year. No pitcher can even have 20 starts. That's never been touched. This might be next, the 50-50. That might be next.
I'm just looking here. I feel like one award that I thought was going to happen might have gotten cut, but
we had some cuts at the end. We have been going on for 55. 105 correction. But I think okay, that's gonna be the official Waterboy Awards. We're gonna last impromptu the John Morant Grenade Celebration Award. We just got to shout out off top of our head the 4 best celebrations we can remember. So John Morant Grenade,
Dylan Stewart,
obviously in there. Dylan Stewart gun, that is in there.
Who did the Hingle McCringleberry Sully? Somebody did something like that last year. Amon Ra on head.
Amon Ra doing headstands. That was hilarious. That's in there, and I'm trying to think of a new of.
I mean, Jared Verse did jump and dolphin dive like this onto Sam Darnold at the end of that game.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what we are learning. This is a recurring theme on inaugural awards named after a player moment. John Morant is winning the Grenade Celebration Award. That when I first saw it, the Jordy edit specifically of it, I was sitting there, I'm like, like anything John Morant, all the controversies had the past year, the whole gun thing, Nike's about to drop him a shoe class, you'd think he'd learn from none. He says, hold my beer, folks.
Let me go.
Let me one up you. You thought I was done? Oh boy.
Yeah,
wait till you see what I got.
Next, we're gonna have an AC 130 inbound. Just
if he calls in a chopper gunner. John, you're getting too creative.
He's gonna hit 3 straight threes. Got enough score points for the streak. He's calling him score streak.
Oh my John, you hit a UAV celebration.
He just goes the long phone too. He goes like this, pulls it up, just fucking calls it in.
Yeah, it calls in the Predator missile. It's like, all right, Jaw, we got to stop. But no, that grenade's not. Once again, I think like Adam Silver, when asked about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, viral moment." It's like anything else you want to add? But I think that's going to wrap it up for the Waterboy Awards 2025 Waterboy
Yeah.
Award Show.
So with that, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening, watching. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Ever6 at Waterboy Grant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and on TikTok as well. So make sure to check us out there for content you won't see anywhere else. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. See you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.